Hi, Roman. The food processing room is almost done. It'll turn out great. Even though we haven't even started construction. A few days later. Hey! The food processing room is done! Whoa! That's about it. Nice work, don't you think? What are you drawing? Dad? Daddy? It looks just like him. Chugga drew this. What do you think it is? Me, of course. Honestly? I think he's got a real talent. A few years later. Your grandson got big. He's gentle and obedient, just like his mother. But he mimics everything Roman does. He's helping his mother too. Well, sometimes. It'll be interesting to see him and the farm from now. Oh, and Roman remodeled his house. The farm is fine, and he just made a kid's room. Kids need a good room as they grow up. Your son has become a good father. No wonder I'm getting old. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to part 55 of my playthrough for Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. And welcome to the start of Chapter 3. What I feel is probably one of the most progressive chapters in the whole game. So much has changed, there's so much new stuff. There's just so many new changes in this chapter, and it's at this point in the game where I really feel like, you know, time has actually passed. And that's a really big feeling, both in a game and in real life. And this game does an excellent job of capturing that feeling. So, needless to say, there's a lot of new stuff to explore in this chapter, and we've got quite the year ahead of us. Day 1 of spring. Now in Chapter 3, which makes this Year 3, I believe, is how this works. I believe we're in Year 3 now. So, there's a lot of new stuff to explore. First off, just check out that. Check out the house. Doesn't it look great? I love the add-on. It makes it really look like a very big home, as opposed to that little wooden log cabin we had when we first started. Then you get the addition in Year 2, in Chapter 2, and then you get another addition in Chapter 3, and I really think it starts to come together looking like a really nice home. I really like it. So we've got a lot of things to explore through year 3. Like I said, now that we're finally in year 3, I feel like I've been talking about it for a long time, and now that we're finally here, there's a lot of things we have to do. Now, all these are good, growing, soon to be harvested good, because none of these finished from the last season, so I was worried any of them would wilt, but they're all just potatoes and strawberries, so they're all set. Also, the food processing room over there, like on addition to our house, it just so happened that the exact day we went into the next chapter was the day the food processing room was done, so that was just lucky that way. So it seemed like it was a 3-day process before it was actually done, just in case anyone's wondering if they decide to make it themselves. It took about 3 days. So the food processing room, check that out. It really does look cool. I love how it also connects to the room over there. I really like this. So over here we have the cheese maker. You put milk in it and it makes cheese. So basically you trade milk for cheese. And cheese, and this over here being butter, same concept. Butter maker. Put milk in it to make butter. Pretty straightforward, very simple. And both of these, basically once you have the food processing room, there's almost no reason to ship milk anymore, because anytime you get milk from any of your cows, you're better off turning it into cheese or butter. It'll fetch a much higher price at the market. People prefer it. And on top of that, these are 2 crucial ingredients to a lot of dishes, so that's kind of why I wanted to wait till this year before we really got around to doing a lot of hardcore cooking. Just because, as you might imagine, cheese and butter are pretty big ingredients when you come to cooking, especially like entrees. So, the food processing room, bigger house, son's getting older, and so are we. It's been a long time since we started on this farm. Remember this farm when we first got here? We had 1 cow, no chickens, nothing else going for us? Maybe less things have changed than I thought. But no, really, we've come a long way. Like, we have a barn full of animals, we have a beautiful wife, a son who's growing up, farm's really coming along, and things are looking up for us, I say. From this point on, usually things are really just going uphill. Oh, and Discord is all done giving us milk. That's too bad. So at the moment, we have no cow. We have a bunch of freeloaders here eating our food, not giving us any milk. Okay, we're gonna fix that right there. Some of the cows, I swear. So I believe, if not, I believe Spot is pretty full grown. He just doesn't look full grown, but I think he is. No, I don't think he is. I'm pretty sure a full grown bull is at least as big as a cow, if not bigger. So Spot is still not full grown. I wonder if that'll make a difference in selling him for the price. Not that even the money is the reason I really want to sell Spot, but the money will help us to get toward our next calf on the farm. So I think that'll be the, you know, we'll probably wait till, I don't want to, we just started this year, I want to start it off good and have a nice beginning to this year. We'll sell Spot tomorrow. It's not easy to do, but it has to be done. Now, how about everyone in here? Now, if we have freeloaders anywhere on this farm, it's my chickens. Although yesterday they did give me 3 golden eggs, so I guess I really can't complain. I want to wait for those to be done before we start growing stuff in spring. I have a number of different seeds. I have potato seeds, watermelon, and tomatoes. We're going to go all out. We're planting a lot of watermelon and a lot of tomatoes. I'm also going to plant a few rows over here, rows of, what is this, 5? Do rows of 5 over here of all the different types I have here, and I'm going to be using fertilizer on what I can over here. First I got to go buy the fertilizer because I'm not exactly loaded. We did spend a lot of my money last year. Though it was worth it, it was really worth it. Okay, you know, today's a really nice day. Let's let everyone out. I don't really have a particular direction for today. It's sort of just like the beginning of a new chapter, the new year. So much has changed. We got a lot to experience, and I'm in no rush to experience. I believe, if I'm not wrong, Chapter 3 is the longest chapter in the game. I think we need to play the next 3 years before we reach the next chapter. So we got a long way to go. Which I was just about to talk to Wally, and I don't know why I would do that. Just saying. Along with our son growing up, they're also, Hugh's a little bit older now too, which I think is really cool. And I think we can start befriending him. Good morning. People say that spirits live in the northern forest. Nobody's ever seen them before, though. You have no idea. They are an interesting bunch, I'll tell you that much. I can't remember, is that like Harvest Moon canon? I know there's always like, spirits or the harvest... What would you... Spirits, I guess, right? Guardians, something like that? But... Oh... Isn't that pretty? Look who else has grown up. Hi, Lumina. How nice to see you today. Please, make yourself at home. I actually really like the fact that more than just, you know, you and your son kind of age in the valley. Yeah, this fact that other people age, get older. I think it's a really cool sense of progression. It's a little bit of a change. This game doesn't change too dramatically at any one point. But then again, usually neither does life. So it's nice to see the gradual change. People going older. But like I was saying about the Harvest Spirits, I know they're in all the Harvest Moon games, or I'm pretty sure they're in all the Harvest Moon games, or some incarnation of them. But is it canon in the Harvest Moon storyline, or whatever storyline there is, that only we can see them? Is there ever a time where anyone else sees them? You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure that we are the only ones who can see them, because we're master farmers or something like that, right? I'm a master farmer. I'm really good at this. Now I think that's everyone else who ages in the valley. Lumina, Hugh, and your son. I'm not sure anyone else gets older this year. And personally, like I said, I haven't played beyond this chapter before. I played like to the next year, but not to the next chapter. Which can get kind of confusing because you think it would change every year, but I believe the way it works, I looked this up and I think it works, it should be the next 3 years and then we'll hit chapter 4. Then chapter 4 is 2, and then 5 is 2, and then 6 is 1. I believe so. If that is the case, and I'm pretty sure it is, I'll double check. Someone can confirm for me too if you want. But this year, since it is such a long chapter before we get to the next couple of years, the first couple videos here will be consistent like the way I've been doing them, like every couple of days, every 3 or 4 days I do a new video. But as we go on into the next year and after that, I'll probably be spacing it to the point where you might see only one video per season. So you might see me on day 8 of spring, and then, oh, hello, Van. Day 5 of summer, and then maybe like day 9 of fall, and then day like 3 of winter. So we may only have 4 videos and we'll go through a whole year, just because I don't want this to start taking forever. And even though there's a lot of new stuff for us to do and a lot of things I had planned for this year, such as cooking and crops, I don't want it to start becoming too repetitive, because this game can become repetitive. It is one of the unfortunate downfalls of the game. Hi, Roman. It's gotten nice and warm. Hasn't it, though, honey? I was going to stop at Vesta's. Whoops. Morning, Vesta. How are you feeling, guy? Tomatoes and watermelons are best for this time of year. And we are going to be planting a lot of those. We're about to outshine her, actually. Okay, I'm going to be ambitious. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get just about as much fertilizer as I can really get. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, never mind. Let's take... 22 should be good. It's pricey, but it's gonna pay off, because if I'm not mistaken, and someone should probably let me know, but if we use fertilizer and properly care for and grow our crop into B quality is average quality. It's what you'll get. It's what we've been getting ever since we started planting anything. But if we get a quality crop and then place it into the seed maker and get seeds, the seeds will be A quality. So I believe it just builds on itself. Now, Van, do you have anything new for us? Because I don't think he does. Oh, yes he does. Oh my gosh. The teddy bear. Now, this always creeped me out as a kid. I can't remember reading anything on this or any information, but look, when I was a kid and I bought this for my son as a gift, it was pretty creepy. Okay, I think we're gonna buy this. Yeah, alright, Van. Alright, the creepy teddy bear. You have a good eye. That is a rare, ugly-faced doll. Right now, it goes for only 1,200. 1,200! Ugh! Woo! Discount? I see. Well, how does 1,080 sound? Lower? How about 960? Lower. That puts me in quite a position. How about we do 840? Lower. You're very shrewd, aren't you? I see you'd rather be 720. What do you say? Ooh, lower. You just won't budge, will you? This is my final offer. 600. Lower. That's unfortunate. We were unable to reach a compromise. Good, now I have to go through that line of dialogue again. Oh no! I should have went with my gut instinct. Oh, my gut told me to take the 600. No! Now he won't haggle us again. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? We're not buying that right now. When he comes back, it'll probably reset so we can buy it at a lower price. I am not buying that doll for $1,200 when I could just get it for $600. Basically half the price. So you can haggle him down to half the price just in case you're doing it yourself. That's a pretty low haggle too, which tells you something about it when a guy's willing to go that low. Oh look, that's actually really cool. She's looking up. Oh. Everyone just kind of zones out in the spring. Yeah, I kind of do. I like... Spring here is usually pretty cold. I usually like it to be like mild weather, but it tends to be pretty... Like when we go from spring to winter, I often expect it just to go right from being cold to nice weather, but it doesn't. It's usually... At least the last 3 springs, in my memory, have been rather cold springs. But I remember... Oh, nice. All the potatoes are good to go. So I'll be doing some heavy crop work. Probably tomorrow. I don't want to bore you guys with planting all the crops. I will make sure I show you guys where I put the fertilizer. I'm not sure how many times we need to put fertilizer on a crop either. So I'm going to use it at least twice per plant just to be safe. Because like I said, I haven't really done a lot with crops. So now is the time. If anyone has done extensive stuff with crops or knows how to get good quality crops, now is the time to leave me the helpful tips of... Oh yeah, if you do 2 fertilizer, you're good. If you do 3, that's overkill. If you do 1, that should be enough. That kind of stuff. And, I think... Yeah, I just want to focus on the fertilizer and seed, because I'm pretty sure if we get A quality crops and put them in the seed maker, we get A quality seeds. Makes a lot of sense to me. So let's start by... Ooh, let me use my other watering can, just for the trees. And I'll throw some fertilizer, probably on all 3 of these while I got it. That didn't burn a hole in my wallet quite as bad as I thought it would. I think actually we should be expecting one of these to bear fruit. I think oranges are... Well, summer would actually make more sense for oranges. Apples should be fall. And I think grapes are the other ones we put there. Though I'm not sure grapes technically grow on trees. Though I know they do somewhere. Usually it's vines. Hey, Nami. Oh, you know what? That made me think. I think a change of music is in order. Yeah, that's more like it. Right, baby? Yeah, that's our song. Love that song. Okay, so, we got a whole addition to the house over here, Chugga's room. Being a good parent that we are, we will enter the room without knocking. Chugga's room is actually pretty cool. I like it. I like the real addition. It gives him space. Like, it's nice. You think we'd, like, really, if it were me, if it were up to me, I mean, this would be me and Nami's room. It wouldn't be Chugga's room, but we're really good parents, so, you know. Over here, there's some markings. And that's that. This is the bed. And the cool thing is, check this out. This used to be our bed. When we first got here, it used to be our bed, and now it's Chugga's. It's the same one he's been using, I mean, that he used in the last year too, but I just think it's cool that it used to be our bed and now it's his. Trash can, Chugga's room that we can actually use. Still all his toys because we never really outgrow those, do we? A whole bunch of books. Colors. Do you know about these colors? Violet, amber, biscuit, maroon. I love pets. Cute pictures of many animals. The 7 wonders. I saw a strange creature when I pointed my flashlight at it. Stared, moved violently. Search for more. Found Chugga's diary. Do we read it? Well, as a good parent, you should definitely always read your child's diary, so we're gonna do that. I have a lot of drawings I did when I was little. Problem is, I don't know what I was trying to draw. Mom says they make her all nostalgic. What does nostalgic mean? Nostalgic is one of my favorite words. And I love this too. A little table and a little box. I don't know, I always thought his room was pretty cool. It's a pretty sweet room. We're a good parent. Best father ever. So yeah, I love it. We just got full barn, food process. Doesn't that just look very complete? Like our house being bigger and the food processing room attached to that, it just makes the farm look very complete. I really like the way it comes out. And you know, I was thinking, they could have really done like, this is actually where the food processing room, milking room actually goes when you eventually get it. It doesn't attach to the tool shed, but it attaches to the barn, which is pretty cool. But I was thinking it would be really, like, they have room right over here. This is where our horse could have gone, like a little stable just for the horse. That would have been nice, so we could have not had him take up a spot in the barn, because it is kind of unfair that you do get the horse, and I like having the horse. Of course, I love Eva, but he does take up a spot in the barn, which could be much better used for cattle or sheep. Chugga, check him out. I think. Oh, I mean, all the kids grow up pretty cool, but I really like the way Nami's son kind of grows up. Doesn't quite have as deep red of hair as hers, but still kind of red. A little bit of my own brown hair, too. And the kid just has style. You see that kid? He's got style. Like, I didn't dress that cool when I was that young. Hey, Dad. And I think he's, like, one of my favorites, too, because he kind of comes out very mature. Kind of reminds me of me, actually, like, in real life. I was a pretty mature kid as a, well, kid. I'm still pretty mature. Some of us get less mature as we get older. But I was typically pretty quiet, usually kept to myself. So I think he's kind of one of my, out of the three sons, you can have the personalities that reflect the wives you marry. I don't know, I think Nami's son is just probably my favorite, just by a little bit. So guys, that's going to be it for me for this episode. We've just started off a brand new year, a brand new chapter. We've got plenty of new things ahead of us. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. But for now, this is going to be it. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, I'll catch you later.